I'm about to expose 7 pickleball secrets that will literally rewire your brain on the court. Most players step onto that court with zero strategy running through their head. They're just playing. Meanwhile, the smartest players are 3 steps ahead, manipulating their opponents like a chess grandmaster. And here's the crazy part. These aren't complicated. You can literally apply every single one of these today and watch your win rate skyrocket. I'm not wasting your time with fluff. Let's get straight into it. Look, I've spent thousands of hours studying pro-level pickleball, breaking down what separates the average player from the elite, and I've condensed all of that into these 7 must-know secrets. These aren't just tips, these are legitimate cheat codes that will make you the smartest player on the court. Your opponents won't know what hit them, so if you want to win more matches and outthink everyone you play against, stick around for the entire video. Secret number 7 is genuinely game-changing, and most people have never even heard of it. Secret 1, the net nick rule. Picture this, you're in a dink rally at the kitchen line, the ball's going back and forth. Suddenly your opponent's dink clips the net and drops right on your side. Most amateurs, they see that ball and think, attack. They swing too fast and boom, into the net, or it flies long. Why? Because a ball that hits the net loses all its momentum. It's basically dead in the air. Blasting it is almost impossible. Here's what the smart players do. They turn that net nick into total control. Instead of rushing, they hit an aggressive dink placed perfectly. Their opponent scrambles. They dictate the point, not by forcing a risky attack, but by playing smart. Secret 2, the hold and watch. This is a pro-level move you've probably never noticed, but once you see it, you'll spot it everywhere. Here's the setup. You're in a dink rally and earn a dead ball, a dink that pops up nice and high. Most players, they rush it back immediately. Pros, they do something brilliant. They hold their paddle under the ball, just 1 extra second. That tiny pause creates total deception. Your opponent freezes. Are you speeding up, dinking, lobbing? They have no clue. But the real magic? Observation. The first time you do this hold, don't just hold, watch. Study your opponent. Notice how they shift, where they prepare to attack. That's intel. Next time a dead ball comes, hold again, then hit it straight to their chicken wing, that awkward zone by their chest where their backhand can't reach. Point over. This move is a cheat code. Hold, observe, attack, and watch your opponents look silly. 1 simple trick, and your game instantly levels up. Secret 3, the drive or drop decision. This is huge because so many players just randomly choose what to do. They're guessing. But smart players, they follow a simple decision tree. Here's when you should hit a third shot. Drive scenario 1, the return bounces short in the court and high. That's a sitting duck. Tee off on it. Apply pressure. Make them scramble. Scenario 2, the return is aggressive and deep, pushing you way back on your heels. If you're off balance like that, trying to drop is mission impossible. So drive it instead to get an easier ball on the next shot. Now, here's when you should hit a third shot. Erop. Scenario 1, the return lands short in the court, but low. Don't try to blast a ball that's down at your ankles. You'll hit it into the net. Drop it instead. Scenario 2, the return lands deep near the baseline, but it's soft. There's no power behind it. In that case, driving won't give you much advantage. Drop it and transition smoothly to the kitchen. Secret 4, the pressure shift. Here's the truth. Everyone feels nerves, from beginners to pros. Your opponents are under pressure too. The secret, shift the pressure onto them instead of carrying it all yourself. 2 ways to do it. First, when you're nervous, don't stress over perfect third shot drops. They float long under pressure. Instead, hit third shot drives at about 70% power with a dipping trajectory. Now they have to handle your shot, not you. Second, make a rule with your partner. We dink at least 10 balls before speeding anything up. Why? Nervous players rush and make mistakes early. By committing to patience, you stay calm and let them make the first error. This simple shift changes everything. Secret 5, the forehand setup. Pros don't just play point to point. They're setting traps. They're thinking 2-3 steps ahead like a chess player. And one of the biggest patterns they use is this, finding their forehand. Here's the setup. Let's say you're dinking cross court with your opponent and you keep taking backhands. Most players will just keep hitting backhands forever. But smart players, the second they get an opportunity, they run around and hit a forehand instead. Why? Because from the forehand position, you have endless options. You can dink out wide, you can speed up through the middle, you can lob, you can go down the line. Your opponent has no idea what's coming. But if you're just stuck on your backhand, you're predictable. So here's the pattern to set this up. You dink 2 balls out wide to condition your opponent. They start expecting wide. Then on the third ball, you go to their inside foot. That ball usually comes back more neutral, right in the middle. And that's your chance. You run around, find your forehand, and now you're in control. control, your opponent is suddenly on ice skates. Secret 6, the fourth ball attack. The fourth ball is when your opponent is hitting their third shot drop and transitioning forward. And here's the thing, most amateur players just let them cruise into the kitchen for free. But pros, they make their opponents earn every inch. Here's why this matters. Hitting a reset from the middle of the court is the hardest shot in pickleball. If you're applying serious pressure on that fourth ball, you're forcing your opponents to hit an incredibly difficult shot. And most of the time, they're going to pop it up and you're going to put it away. So here's your mental checklist. Step 1. Can I take this ball out of the air? Always look for this first. Taking it out of the air removes time from your opponent and lets you hit it harder. Step 2. If the ball bounces and you can't volley it, don't just stand there and try to hit it awkwardly. Turn sideways, step back as needed, and drive that ball like you're playing tennis. Rip it. Make them hit a tough reset. This one adjustment alone will level up your game. Secret 7. The style exploit. This is the ultimate IQ move. Before the match even gets rolling, study your opponent, their style, movement, and tendencies. Then reverse engineer a strategy to exploit their weaknesses. Example 1. Opponent relies on two-handed backhand dinks. That tells you they won't reach forward to flick balls. Your move? Shrink the court. Lean in, take their balls out of the air, and attack. You dominate the space they can't cover. Example 2. Opponent is super aggressive, leaning into the kitchen, trying to volley everything. Weakness? Their weight's all forward. Your move? Lob over them or fire a speed up at their chest. They can't back up or dodge. Boom, you just expose their game. Once you start doing this, you'll walk onto the court with a strategy already in your head. You'll know what will work before the match even begins. That's the ultimate advantage. Alright, there you have it. 7 pickleball secrets that will make you smarter, sharper, and way more dangerous on the court. And if this video helped you, smash that like button and subscribe, because I've got way more pickleball strategy coming your way. Now go out there, use these secrets, and dominate.